2010, deep inside Iran's Natanz nuclear facility, a single piece of malicious code crossed a secure digital air gap. It took control of the industrial machinery and physically tore apart hundreds of uranium-enriching centrifuges. This incident demonstrated that software alone can inflict severe physical damage to critical infrastructure, turning code into a strategic weapon capable of achieving military objectives without a single missile launch. The teams behind these attacks are classified as Advanced Persistent Threats, or APTs. Backed by government mandates and virtually unlimited budgets, these actors spend years developing custom exploits and maintaining a quiet presence inside a network to achieve long-term geopolitical goals. To execute these complex operations reliably, APT groups follow a specific methodology. In 2011, Lockheed Martin adapted military doctrine into a cybersecurity framework known as the cyber kill chain. We are going to deconstruct this chain stage by stage, because to defend any network against a nation-state adversary, you first have to understand the step-by-step logic they use to dismantle it. Phase 1 is reconnaissance. Attackers map the target from the outside, scanning for technical vulnerabilities like unpatched servers or exposed databases. They also use open-source intelligence to profile employees, identifying system administrators who hold the keys to the internal network. In Phase 2, weaponization and delivery, attackers create a payload specifically for that target. This often involves a zero-day, an exploit for a software flaw that the manufacturer doesn't yet know about. The delivery might happen through a laser-focused spear phishing email or by infecting a trusted software vendor's update. Phase 3, exploitation and installation. The payload executes its code within memory. To avoid losing access, the malware installs a backdoor deep within the OS. By embedding into sister registries, it remains active even if rebooted, creating a permanent base inside the network perimeter. At this point, the attacker has transitioned from an external probe to an established insider. The initial exploit provided the opening, but the installation ensures that that opening remains viable for the duration of the mission. The first machine compromised is rarely the final goal. In Phase 4, privilege escalation, the attacker moves from a standard user account to an administrator. This grants them the permissions needed to access the central servers and sensitive data stored deeper within the architecture. With administrative rights, they begin Phase 5, lateral movement. To avoid detection, they use living off the land techniques, abusing the network's own legitimate administrative tools like PowerShell to hop from one computer to the next without triggering antivirus alerts. Stuxnet followed this internal path with clinical precision. Crossing the physical air gap via an infected USB drive, it moved laterally through the facility's network. It was programmed to ignore every office computer it found, searching only for the specific industrial controllers managing these centrifuges. Phase 6, command and control. Using domain fronting, attackers disguise malicious traffic as standard HTTPS web browsing. To a firewall, it looks like normal website visits. Since it looks identical, defense requires behavioral analysis, finding machines communicating with external servers at abnormal times or volumes. Once command and control is active, the attacker has achieved total persistence. They are no longer an outsider breaking in. They are a ghost in the machine, ready to execute the final stage of the mission. Phase 7, actions on objective. Attackers execute their primary mission, like destroying the specialized equipment seen on these monitors. Stuxnet used a digital lie, playing back healthy system data to show normal green lights even as physical centrifuges vibrated themselves to pieces. Finally, in Phase 8, the attacker works to cover their tracks. They delete their custom tools and clear system event logs to hide their identity. This protects their multi-million-dollar exploits for future use and maintains plausible deniability for the sponsoring nation. By remaining a ghost, the APT ensures that the victim may not even realize they were attacked until months after the objective was achieved. Defending against these threats requires a strategy called defense in depth. It acknowledges that a breach is a statistical certainty and places specific countermeasures at every single phase of the kill chain. Zero Trust architecture is designed specifically to stop lateral movement. By segmenting the network and requiring multi-factor authentication for every internal move, you can contain a breach to a single segment, preventing an attacker from reaching your core assets. To counter destructive attacks, organizations must maintain air-gapped backups. If the malware cannot reach the backup files, it cannot erase them, ensuring the facility can recover even from total system wiping. The future of this conflict will be defined by speed. Artificial intelligence will soon automate the kill chain, allowing malware to identify new vulnerabilities and adapt its own propagation strategies in real time, leading to an AI-driven arms race. We are also seeing the attack surface expand from networks to people. Just as Phase 1 uses psychological profiling to gain a technical foothold, future cognitive warfare operations will use disinformation and deepfakes to manipulate the beliefs and trust of entire populations. Cyber warfare is a methodical, professional reality. Mastering frameworks like the cyber kill chain is the only way to architect systems that can survive this evolving landscape of invisible conflict.